What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out Advanced Warfare Training for Indian Army Mountain Warriors High Altitude Warfare School E4P1. This is by Discovery. Discovery, which means I'm probably going to get a copyright claim, so please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. If you want to watch the video without me waffling over the top, you can certainly always do that with my videos. Down in the description below, it's the first thing you'll see is the link to the original video. I'm pretty sure this is all not in English, so I will put subtitles on and we'll talk over it. Obviously, it's mountain training. I've done bits of mountain training in the Royal Marines Commandos, as I'm sure you already know. So I'm going to be comparing it to my time in training and seeing what the differences are between the two different styles. Have I got anything else to announce? I don't think I do. If you want to check out the stuff I record with, Amazon affiliate links down in the description. Help support the channel. Really appreciate it. Let's shut up and let's watch this, shall we? I might have to move my head further up if the subtitles come on. Holy, that's loud. It blew my eardrums out.
Toyota Yaris and PUBG Mobile.
Alright, so let's just skip the ads. Okay, so it is going to be in a foreign language. I'm just going to pop my head up a little bit here, okay? Just because when the subtitles get really long and they come over here, people can't read them, and I feel bad in that sense. All right, 7 weeks basic course. Did I miss anything there? Hawes Base Camp. Okay.
Warfare School. 7 हफ्तों की basic training खत्म हो चुकी है.
And I will be pausing it.
Advanced course अब शुरू हो रहा है.
Okay, so this is the advanced part of their course. Okay.
ये कोर्स ज़्यादा मुश्किल होगा। बेसिक कोर्स के मुकाबले इसमें चैलेंजेस बढ़ जाएंगे। इसमें हम इनकी टेक्निक को इम्प्रूव करते हैं और इनकी स्किल्स को बेहतर बनाते हैं। एक तरह
Can we just comment on his uniform real quick? Green beret, really like. I like this jacket. It's almost as if it's like a dress jacket because of the amount of badges he's got on there. But it also just looks like a daily wear jacket. Very interesting, and I kind of like it. He's talking about, you know, preparing the individuals.
से इन्हें हर मुश्किल के लिए तैयार करते हैं।
Holy, look at the mountains.
चकरा देने वाली ऊंचाई पर कंडक्ट किया जाता है 13,000 फुट पर। यहाँ ये फौजी बचे रहने और लड़ने का कौशल सीखेंगे ताकि इतनी ऊंचाई पर मैदान जंग में कामयाब रहें।
I just know that every single one of them right now is like, why did I join? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I climbing this mountain right now? This is not a vibe.
एडवांस कोर्स से उनके अंदर एक खास कौशल आएगा ताकि ये अपने साथी फौजियों का इन पहाड़ों पर मार्गदर्शन कर सकें। अगर ये कामयाब रहते हैं तो इन्हें हॉज इंस्ट्रक्टर बनने का गौरव भी हासिल हो सकता है।
Hawes Instructor, okay. High Altitude Warfare School.
पर अभी के लिए उन्हें इस मुश्किल ट्रेनिंग को पूरा करना होगा।
200 मीटर चलने के बाद ही सब थक गए थे। उसके बाद तो जान ही नहीं बची थी। सब कुछ हमारी मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ पर ही था।
I've talked about that in Royal Marine, and when I talk about Royal Marines training and stuff like that. When you're already at this point in training, like, this is obviously the advanced part for their training. They've already weeded out all the people who can't physically do it. Like, all them people are already gone. This is what happens in Royal Marines training. When you get past bottom field pass out, week 23 out of 32 in Royal Marines Commandos training, when you get to that point, you're fit enough to finish training. Like, without a question or a doubt. You can do the 30-miler in the Royal Marines. You can get your green lid and all that good stuff. You can do it. The only thing that's stopping you is mentally or injury. They're the only things stopping you. There's the mental capacity to get through that last bit of training, or if you just so happen to unfortunately get injured. That's it. That's the only thing that's stopping you. And so this part in training for them is all mental. It's all mental. Hoping you don't get injured. Making sure you're just cracking on and getting your admin done. Making sure you're doing your self-discipline and looking after yourself. Making sure that you're putting one step in front of the other and not stopping and not getting in your own head and spiraling. All the Bobby Basic stuff. This is what's happening right now in front of our eyes on the camera here.
पूरे बदन में दर्द हो रहा था, मेरी सांस फूल रही थी, पर मुझे अपना सर झुकाए बस आगे बढ़ते ही जाना था।
हर योद्धा रस्सी से अपने साथियों से बंधा है। ढलानों पर ये इनके लिए मौत का शिकंजा बन सकता है।
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, look at them. Oh my god, if you fell in one of them, it's a good job everyone's roped together, isn't it? And that's not just a safety precaution. That's a mental precaution as well. Like knowing that your oppo's got you on a string, literally, and if he falls in, you can fucking grab your mate. Massive mental boost.
यहाँ ग्लेशियर्स में दरारें बनती हैं।
That's
भयानक
terrifying.
दरारें, जो 10 से 15 मंजिला ऊंची इमारतों जितनी गहरी होती हैं।
Yeah, you fall down one of them, you're
अगर
gone.
यहाँ गिरने से उनकी मौत नहीं हुई, तो -40 से -60 डिग्री सेल्सियस का तापमान उनकी जान ले लेगा।
Yeah, you're
और
gone.
अपने फौजियों को सबसे मुश्किल हालात के लिए तैयार करती है। कैसे किसी बर्फीली दरार में फंसे अपने साथी फौजी को निकाला जाए।
Yeah.
तो अब शुरू हो रही है मास्टर क्लास। बचाव अभियान शुरू हो गया है। ग्लेशियर की ठोस बर्फ पर बेस बना लिया गया है। स्क्रू टाइप पिटॉन्स और खास तौर पर बंधी रस्सियों के जरिए फौरन ही एक पुलिस सिस्टम बना लिया गया है।
This is where these recruits or these lads being tested. There's this weird part of training where mentally you have to be incredibly switched on to learn. Like they have to know everything that's going on here, and they have to learn it quickly, effectively, like it's the back of your hand. You need to know everything about it. The issue is they've just climbed a mountain to learn this stuff, and so physically they're destroyed. This is the mentality that it takes to be a specialized, highly advanced soldier. That's what it takes, is when you're physically absolutely struggling, still being able to mentally switch on and understand and learn and adapt.
ताकि दरार में गिरे फौजी को निकाला जा सके। इस बचाव अभियान में बहुत ज्यादा जोखिम है। इन्हें पता नहीं है कि दरार कितनी गहरी और संकरी है, या फिर इसका कौन सा हिस्सा अचानक ढह सकता है और घायल और बचावकर्ता दोनों को दफन कर सकता है। गहरी दरारों में बचाव अभियान के लिए इन्हें एक ट्राइपॉड रिग बनाना सिखाया जा रहा है। बचावकर्ताओं को नीचे उतारा जा सकता है और घायल के साथ ऊपर खींचा जा सकता है। इस तरह बर्फीली दीवारों पर घसीटने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। ऐसा बचाव तेजी से बिना किसी दिक्कत के होता है और इसमें बर्फ के धंसने का भी डर नहीं होता।
Amazing training they're doing here. Absolutely amazing what they're doing, isn't it? Like they're going up and learning this stuff, and I can guarantee that, like, if I was in that situation now and I was hanging out, like I'd be learning this stuff, I'd be like, all right, I know exactly what's going on here, and I know exactly what I need to do. Not only because it's very important, but it's a high amount of like skill level that you've got to learn, isn't it? And so watching this stuff, they're probably like, holy shit, like we've never done anything like this before. We need to know everything that's going on. And it's almost as if that bit of adrenaline and excitement helps you learn it and helps you like soak it all in quicker. Because I've been in that position before, not in this specific position, but like in a position similar to it, you know, where you have to be learning something quickly and effectively in such a horrible, you know, environment.
अगली परिस्थिति, क्या किया जाए जब ये ढलान इन फौजियों के लिए जानलेवा बन जाए। जरा सा गलत कदम या फिसलदार बर्फ इन फौजियों को सैकड़ों फुट नीचे ले जा सकती है।
यहाँ हमें सिखाया जाता है कि अगर मार्च के दौरान आपका पैर फिसला तो आपको खुद को कैसे रोकना है या
What a fucking great mustache. Good lad. That is amazing. Good on him.
अपनी स्पीड को कैसे कम करना है।
मुसीबत को टाला जा सकता है, बशर्ते इन फौजियों के पास बर्फ वाली कुल्हाड़ी हो और इन्हें उसे इस्तेमाल करना भी आता हो।
कैसे आप अपने आइसेक्स को टर्न करोगे 90 डिग्री 180 या पूरा पीछे को टर्न करोगे, कुछ भी करोगे, मतलब कैसे आइसेक्स गाड़ोगे, जिसमें काफी सोचने को मिलता है।
Yeah, so what they're doing there is they're learning by going face forward. But you can't stabilize yourself doing that, because as soon as you dig that axe in, it's going to whack you in the face, or it's going to be pulled out your hands because of your weight and your momentum. So what they're doing is they're learning to spin and turn around so that they can push their axe in and or their pick in and stabilize themselves. You see, look, there he is turning around. Good bit of skill. Good bit of skill. That looks nasty, that mountain, doesn't it? Oh my god, they're gonna climb all the way up there.
पर किसी भी चीज को हल्के में नहीं लिया जा सकता। सबसे अच्छी तकनीक भी शरीर पर पड़ने वाले भयानक असर से इन लोगों को बचने की गारंटी नहीं देती। एक युवा
This is what I was saying about how they need to look after their personal admin, right? And I know like this guy's probably injured or something like that, and that's probably why he's doing it. But like making sure you're hydrated, making sure you've got calories inside you, otherwise you're going to be struggling. Make sure you had your breakfast in the morning. Make sure that you're clean, making sure that you're looking after your feet, making sure you've got nice clean socks on, making sure that your feet are dry, making sure that you don't stink, making sure that you shave. Like there's so many admin points you need to keep an eye on, because if you don't, you are the one that falls behind, and if you're the one that falls behind, the other lads have to look after you, and you become like detrimental to the whole troop as a whole. So making sure your personal admin is squared away is key. That is like Bobby basics.
योद्धा में भयानक माउंटेन सिकनेस के लक्षण नजर आ रहे हैं।
Yeah, mountain sickness.
इसकी हालत नाजुक हो रही है।
There's not much you can do about mountain sickness. It is what it is. There's stuff that you could probably try and prevent it by staying hydrated, making sure you're getting enough food in you. But at the end of the day, I've heard that mountain sickness is a bit of a lottery in a way. That sucks.
ट्रेनिंग ले रहे इस फौजी का आगे जाना जानलेवा हो सकता है, और डॉक्टर्स ने उसे वापस भेजने का फैसला किया है। एम्बुलेंस तो मिल नहीं सकती। जब तक ये फौजी खुद चल पाएगा, उसे चलकर ही पहाड़ों से नीचे उतरना होगा।
जब सोल्जर्स को इतनी ऊंचाई पर तैनात किया जाता है तो वहाँ कुछ चैलेंजेस होते हैं, जैसे ऑक्सीजन की कमी, ठंड का बढ़ जाना, स्नोफॉल होना।
So, I was living in Colorado for quite some time, and we were living up there. So we were there 24/7, and it was a range between 9,000 to 11,000 feet, depending on where we were living, which is high. The altitude is high, and although you couldn't really feel it if you went for it, you could go for a run and you'd be fine. But like, if you just like got up real quick, you would be out of breath a little bit. You'd be like, oh my God. And eventually you'd get used to it. But like, I've experienced what that feeling is. Now add in the horrifically cold weather, which was cold in Colorado near the end, but not as cold as here. And then add in, you know, storms and all these other horrible scenarios, right? Rough terrain, climbing up the mountain. It's a recipe for a struggle, isn't it? It's a recipe for disaster. And so they have to look after themselves.
फॉग का बढ़ जाना, कुछ नजर ना आना, ग्लेशियर की दरारें, एक सोल्जर को इन सारे चैलेंजेस का सामना करना पड़ता है जब वो बॉर्डर पर होता है। और एक सोल्जर जिसने हॉर्स से ट्रेनिंग ली है, उससे ये उम्मीद की जाती है कि वो इन चैलेंजेस का सामना कर लेगा।
Do you know what? Look at these mountains. This might be one of the best places to do mountain warfare or mountain training. I have mad respect for this Indian Army mountain warriors now. Mad respect for them.
युद्ध के ऐसे मैदानों पर कोई भी पहाड़ी योद्धा आइस क्राफ्ट का कौशल सीखे बिना टिक नहीं सकता।
यहाँ पर जो कुछ भी है सब प्रैक्टिकल है। इन टेक्निक्स को आप किसी किताब से नहीं सीख सकते।
Yeah, you have to get on the mountain.
चढ़ना चट्टानों पर चढ़ने से एकदम अलग है। इसके लिए एक अलग तरह का हुनर चाहिए। इन्हें अपने क्रैम्पॉन्स जूतों के सामने के स्पाइक्स पर 2 पॉइंट्स पर संतुलन बनाना पड़ता है ताकि खड़ी चढ़ाई चढ़ सके।
Another important thing here to remember is they have to have faith in their equipment. So they're talking about the footwear and let's go over all the equipment, the helmets, the harnesses, the clothing. One thing you've really got to learn in training and in the military is that you can rely on your kit and that you can trust your kit to look after you if you look after it, right? And so I get a lot of this stuff they're doing here is for them to understand how to do techniques properly. But it is also developing like these shoes actually will, if you do it correctly, these shoes will look after me, right? They will grip on the ice correctly. And that is way more important than people think.
4 पॉइंट क्रैम्पॉन्स और आइस एक्सिस का एक बहुत ही बारीक संयोजन ताकि बर्फ की दीवार पर चढ़ा जा सके.
Again, so what they're doing here is they're learning the technique of climbing the mountain, but at the same time, they're understanding that the equipment will look after them if they look after it, and the equipment is reliable. That is so big. To trust the process.
इस तकनीक के लिए इन्हें अनगिनत बार अभ्यास करना पड़ता है ताकि आइस क्राफ्ट टेस्ट में कामयाब हो सके.
And you don't want to slip on that ice. Look at that ice. That'll rip your skin apart if you slide down that. Like, you're coming away with some serious injury. If you fall on that ice there and slide a couple feet, you can have some serious injuries. It'll cut you to pieces. It'll shred you to pieces.
अगर ये अच्छा प्रदर्शन करते हैं तो इन्हें हॉर्स इंस्ट्रक्टर बनने का गौरव भी हासिल हो सकता है.
Get yourself up there, lad. Absolutely brilliant video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I have got mad respect for the Indian Army Mountain Warriors. That's really, really cool. We have our own, we call mountain leaders, MLs, in the Royal Marines Commandos. And a lot of people in the Royal Marines consider MLs to be as good, if not better, than Special Forces. The mountain leaders, what they can do on the mountains is mental. Absolutely mental. And a lot of people choose to go ML over SF. And I think a lot of MLs do eventually go SF as well. And I think there's kind of like a bit of a trade between the two areas there quite a lot. But yeah, super interesting. Really, really loved that video. Felt like I learned a lot about the Indian Army Mountain Warriors, and I'm very, very impressed. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you want to watch the original video, it'll be down in the description as well. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.